Charlie Kirk conspiracies. Let's talk about it. First of all, from the right, they're saying, hey, it's the left. From the left, we're saying, hey, it's the right. Hi, I'm Darren Monroe. I used to work on Kamala Harris's campaign. I have 30 years marketing branding experience. Used to work for Universal DreamWorks MCA, Warner Brothers Sony. My last job was at iHeartMedia, back then called Clear Channel Radio, 20 years ago. Started from a FEMA paid for a hotel, running away from Hurricane Katrina. My online business, teaching people how to brand themselves, become badass emotional brands. But on this channel, I teach you how to go from chaos to clarity. Let's go there. By the way, I got a group called the Clarity Group and a moneymaker group, how to get some money in the midst of Trumpism. This in my description, this in the channel, and you should get in because I'm getting ready to triple the price. It's totally worth it. It'll make you a bag in the moneymaker, and it'll make you feel 1,000% better in the Clarity. And I just went 2.0. I just added a whole new site. It's incredible. Here's the thing I want to tell you. Listen very carefully to me. What we're dealing with right now is in light of what happened is psychotactics. So on the left, let's start with the right. On the right, they're blaming the left. But that's what they did on the 2 assassination attempts on Trump. That's what they did repeatedly. Anything happened, it's the left fault. That's their go-to plan. But it was a little too tuned in, wasn't it? It happened real quick. They had it like that. Like they had talking points before something happened, but I don't know. Here's the thing. The left is saying, hey, one, you know this ain't no black people that did this. So stop talking about you gonna answer back on people when you know darn well what black person in Utah screaming out to Utah to go and take out Charlie Kirk. Not likely. Not likely. And then it's the transgenders. No, not likely. Not likely. Here's the interesting part about that. You have a lot of people who, it came out later saying he's got a magazine. On the magazine, he says, if you're reading this, you're gay. That's usually not what transgender or the LGBT community would say, right? Interesting. The other thing is, what we got to look at is what's the overall appeal for possible this happening, okay? What's behind that? Well, right now we're in the middle of Epstein list. We're in the middle of shutdown. We're in the middle of gerrymandering. It's a thing. And what I want you to understand is that you can't get off of center of what's actually happening. Keep focused. Keep focused. I got a report I'm doing. Well, actually, I'm talking later today in the Clarity Group at 7 p.m. Central. You get in now. You can get in now. This is the time to lock something in because right now you can get in at $20 a month or $100 for the year. It's totally worth it. It ain't CNN. It ain't MSNBC. It's all the stuff you don't hear. Plus, now we have a super community, one of the most active communities you've ever seen on liberalism quietly, and it's a safe place to communicate and encourage each other. It's not about fear-mongering. It's not about worry words. It's not a political conversation. This is about how do we go from chaos to clarity in depth. So I have some reports, and one of which I'm going to have on Charlie Kirk coming. I have a live I'm doing called How to Empower Your Peace in the Midst of Trumpism on Saturday, 7 p.m. Central. And you're going to want to hear that because that's probably the most in-depth conversation you've ever heard about this type of stuff. And we're going to go over Charlie Kirk. We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about the conspiracies. We're going to talk about what you should be focusing on. And here's the thing you really should be focused on very heavily, and that is your ability to understand the narrative. See, understand, we got things that he wants us to be directed away from Trump and everybody else. They don't want us on Epstein. They don't want us on shutdown, supporting for the shutdown. They don't want us on the gerrymandering. And they don't want us on King's Day, October 18th. Join indivisible.org and join them in the King's Day. Listen, it's on. It is on and popping. And I want you to understand what is taking place. What's happening? Because the goal is not to talk about Charlie Kirk. There's a lot of conspiracies that are going to flow around like crazy. As Americans, whether you're left or right, one thing we're good at is conspiracies. It's been a long day, man. I've been moving hundreds of members over from an old platform to the new website for the Clarity Group and for the Moneymaker Group and for the Laughter Group. Yeah, Laughter Group. We have a Laughter Group. You can see that in the link as well. As well as if you have a business and you need some branding, you need to be messing with me. Facts. What I wanted to say to you very clearly is that this is a scenario that, hands down, everybody should be involved in. What I'm trying to get you to understand is understanding the conspiracy theory can't be taken away. Let me give you a structure for the rest of this time. Give you a structure that you can work off of and understand. Ironically, it's this. And no, that's not Christian, that's not Catholic, that's not Stations of the Cross. No. What I'm pointing out when I say this is the structure. So let's explain this whole structure. It comes down to this. It is the politics, activism streets, marketing, and branding. So let's go over it. Politics, the best politicians we've had so far in the last 33 weeks have been the 23 governors and attorney generals. Facts. Politics, we've been dealing with a lower court judicial branch that has 94 districts across 50 states, 677 judges, though not all on our sides. What's been proven in the last 33 weeks is that there are Republican, Reagan, both Bushes, and even Trump judges in the lower courts who are willing to side with us. And the good news is 99% of those judges, should I say, are dealing with 99% of the cases. So it's a different scenario here. Very important to understand. The other thing below that is the streets. Well, there have been street organizations, whether they be street nonprofit organization like what's coming up this weekend with the Independence Day that's happened. Independence Day parade has been super, super quiet. Like usually on Fridays, we have the parade out here. Didn't happen Friday. And I don't think it's going to happen Saturday. I've heard that CPD, Chicago Police, has shut it down. But I also heard the organization said there's going to be a ghost town too. They had a choice, either go hard or go with ghost town. And the city was helping them make that decision because essentially they were shutting them down. Forgive me, been a long day. What I also want to point out to you is this. And I'm yawning because I need to go to sleep. I'm grab something to eat, go to sleep. It's been a long day. A lot of transferring of people over to the new site. You definitely want to get to that site. Click the link over in my description or over in my homepage. The Clarity Group, the Moneymaker Group, it looks fantastic. You'll love it. Just take a look. Anyway, the whole idea is that you have street organizations, whether it be the mob or gangs who are coming in saying, hey, we're going to make things a little difficult for them too. If they show up with troops or the ICE shows up, we got plans. And that doesn't mean they got plans. That means they got plans to make it difficult for them. They've already moved the re-up. Those of you who don't know what I'm talking about, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Ba-boom, ba-boom, da-da-boom. So, the other thing is the branding. The branding. What is this branded as? It's been branded as things like fuck Trump. It's been branded as things like no dictator, no king. It's been branded as things like you're not going to tread on our democracy. It's been branded as things like Epstein's list. Been big on Epstein's list. Always big on Epstein's list, right? But then what we got to keep up, which is so important, is the marketing. We got to do this. Please share this video out with everybody. The idea is we got to keep up the marketing. Yeah, I know they're trying to Charlie Kirk us to death, but the marketing. I brought up Charlie Kirk to discuss really quickly the conspiracies and so on, but more importantly, talk about where we need to be focused. Because everybody's, well, something happened with Charlie Kirk. It's just like when the election went down, everybody went into election conspiracy, including me. I was like, wait a minute, something ain't right. And I agree. On the back end of my Clarity Group, I have something called the 2024 election under Classroom and under Clarity Reports. And I talk about what I saw as somebody who worked on Kamala Harris's campaign, and the math, not math, and other things that social media won't even let me say. TikTok's getting ready to shut down all of our political sites, according to the word. We don't know if it happens, but they've already started shutting some of them down. So I'm glad I'm over here on YouTube. I mean, and on Instagram. I mean, this is what they're doing. But I want you to understand the purpose, the reason, and the grow with this. Because the biggest thing you got to grasp out of all of this energy, out of everything that's happened, is the bigger picture. And the bigger picture is this: Epstein, shutdown, gerrymandering. That is and King's Day in October. Understand, no King's Day. Understand, that's where our focus needs to be. Everything else that everybody else is talking about. You understand what I'm saying? I mean, the real thing is we got to keep on the ball where we're at and begin to continue to push a very important narrative that does not get flipped, that does not get changed. Let the side-eye people, the side detractors, the conspiracy theorists work on who killed Charlie Kirk. Hey, I'll leave that in the FBI's hands. I would usually say capable hands, but Cash Patel is out of it. He's the same idiot for the first time in FBI history said, we got him in custody. And they had the wrong person. Point is, we're going to stay focused on what matters most. The reason the shutdown is so important is because we're trying to get our concessions back. They took all the health care away. And for one, Schumer and Jeffrey seem to be on board and together, and we're moving in unison with this. Let's hope that continues. We need to work on the gerrymandering because the 23 governors and attorney generals are fighting on that. Okay? We need to focus on the Epstein list because it's decaying, so we need Congress to be on top of that and stay on top of that, as well as every Democrat from national to local, stay on top of that and keep that in the airwaves. We need the No King's Day this time to come back, unlike what we saw last time where Trump came in with I might bomb Iran and killed it. Let me tell you, I'm probably going to do a master class alone on that narrative. That was brilliant what he did. Please give that man respect for that. I hate him. But respect that shit he did, man. We can't have that happen again. So we got to be about our business and on our points and do what needs to be done. Be on our squad. We got to be on what we doing now. We can't be sitting there messing around. Well, who shot Charlie Kirk? Charlie Kirk called out his own energy. We know it. He called out his own energy. I mean, here's the thing. Probably one of the best quotes I heard was, I don't condone any violence on Charlie Kirk, but he does. And think about it. He said if you had to lose one or two lives just so you could keep your gun rights. That's what he said. That's not me saying that. That's my, word for word. That's what he said. He lived that life. Let me tell you what Charlie Kirk, Tupac, and Biggie all got in common. All three manifested their deaths. Facts. They manifested their deaths. You can manifest life and death in the words and thoughts of your tongues. What you think is real. Thoughts are things. What you say is real. Can curse or bless you. You put that energy out, can come right back. I'm telling you. Who's that? Matt Dowell? That was the best thing to happen to him, get fired from MSNBC. Now you're going to get a real bag, just like Jim Acosta and Joy Reid and Katie Fang and all the rest of them who got fired off of there. MSNBC, dumb as hell. Because when I looked at what he said, I thought he might have said something wild. I'm like, that's the same thing everybody else saying. He basically, it's the truth. Charlie Kirk called on his own stuff. NBC has become the biggest group of punk asses I've ever seen. Oh my God. Are you serious? You firing your guy over that? My point is this. All you got to do is stay focused and understand that whoever took them out, get out of the conspiracy stuff, get focused. Epstein, shutdown. I forgot the other. I had an old man move. FC shut down gerrymandering and the No Kings Day. I'm telling you, been a long day, y'all. Get in my group. Did I earn you a subscription? If you're new, thank you. Here's the thing. Get in my groups. They're going up. They're tripling up in prices. I lie to you not. One takes you from chaos to clarity. You'll love the community. There are hundreds of us there. I only got about 100 and something there so far, but I got another 200 I'm bringing over from the old platform. So just be patient with me. It's only a third of the size that you're going to see that it actually is. And it's killing it. We're killing it. Also, I'm doing lives twice a week and doing one tonight, every Saturdays and Tuesdays. And sometimes I have a pop-up. So I'm doing about 8 to 10 lives a month. In addition to that, I'm bringing out a ton of clarity reports. They're about brrrr, brrrr. I'm telling you, everything that you see on there, they say, breaking news. I start decoding what the fuck is really going on behind the scenes. Now, you want to get a bag? Maybe you're tired of hearing about all this stuff. You want to get a bag. You want to listen, man. I'm about my money, Darren. I realize what's going on. Get my money maker group. I've been doing this online thing for 20 years. The political part for money has only been since April. But I used to, again, I was on Kamala Harris's engagement team. I had hundreds of thousands of followers. When the election was over, a lot of people were like, what happens now? And that's when I picked up the leadership and said, let me start doing this on the regular. And I started doing this every day on the regular. Take you from chaos to clarity. And if you don't have money, it's okay. Just subscribe and support me here and share my videos. Thank you. Do not proclaim in the comments you don't have money. Do you realize, I just said thoughts and words become things. Do not profess your poverty. Speak wealth into your life. It will come. Expectations. I wish you all well. Do what needs to be done. By the way, when I say get into the Moneymakers group, I'm not talking about say what I say as a politician, somebody in politics. You can do it in anything. You see everything in the world online. Do you know there's a small group of those people who are pulling 5, 10, 20, 30, 50, and even 100,000 plus per month? Being themselves, talking about their passion. That's another thing. Can't you tell? I'm passionate about what I speak about. I can't do this I could not do this if I didn't have a passion for speaking to all of you. No. Anyway, I love you very much. Thank you very much for following me, and I appreciate you. Thank you.